99-cent rental.
This is 99 Cent Rental. I'm your host, Brian White, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Dave White. Hey, Dave, how you doing over there?
Hi. We've reached the existential crisis phase of winter for me. You know, where it just starts dragging on, and I'm like, I got to get out of this, out of the spiral.
What are you
Going downhill?
What are you doing? Because it just keeps coming on, and we're at this sort of stage of environment collapse where it's just sort of winter until it becomes summer, until it becomes winter again.
Yeah, I know, it sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm in that need for change. Something gotta break my routine somehow.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give. Weather. I am affected very deeply by the weather, I guess. I mean, I suppose we all are to a certain extent, but as I get older, it just keeps getting worse.
So you're starting to understand why people move to Florida.
Nope. I still don't understand that, actually. Still do not know why someone would be like, you know what? Got to go south.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Though I do keep, every time you bring this up, I do keep reminding you. Have you looked at the weather in Toronto lately?
Here's the thing I learned, and Torontarians, please feel free to correct me. I believe it is much windier in Boston. Well, it is the same level of cold, but it is much windier because of the
sea, the ocean.
It does have to do with the sea. And I thought, well, you know, Toronto is also on the water, and I was like, yeah, but it's not the same water. So
okay, but yeah, I do often remind you that you're moving to a place where they do winter on hard mode.
They do. But they're better people. No, you know, as it drags on, everybody's been inside for so long. I just need to like get outside and not have to fight on the sidewalk.
Just want to break free.
Yep.
Break free to walk unimpeded.
Break free.
Yeah, that's exactly this. That's exactly the song that I had in my head.
Oh, they're gonna hit us with a copyright infringement.
No, did Zoom think there was music playing?
No, that's going to be my defense in the court case when it comes up.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to explain to someone who never had the experience what a trip to the video store was like back in the day. The shelves were choked with absolutely bizarre crap made on tiny budgets, completely divorced from any recognizable reality. And man, it was the best. We intend to talk about every one of them. Just before we get into this fine film this evening, here's a little housekeeping for you. If you want to keep up with us between episodes, you can also find us on Instagram at Bring Me the Axe Pod, and Dave's over there at That Queer Wolf.
True.
Go on and click the follow button.
Yeah. I mean, I just put a fun Black Belt Jones comic up on there.
You did. That was a nice find. Yeah. Was there anything else from that?
No, it's just a 2-page thing.
Damn, because I'm going to tell you, I had a hard time finding anything about this movie to talk about.
Yeah, I kind of just made shit up.
Yeah. If you don't know, we got another show called Bring Me the Axe, our latest episode covering Friday the 13th. The New Beginning is out now. It's a bonus episode in which we're joined by our very good friend, Eileen Clark.
She's a very good friend.
Very good friend. We got a podcast with her. She's got her own podcast. You know, go ahead and give that a listen.
Please.
Yeah. Also, listen to Laughing in the Dark. If you like,
please.
If you want more of us, you want more of Eileen.
And hey, if you are listening to Laughing in the Dark, why don't you go ahead and give us a 5-star review?
That's a good thing. That's a good point. Yeah.
I'd like that. You could do it for this one too. You know what? Do it for both. Do it for everything. Do it for everybody.
Yep. Just 5-star review every podcast you listen to.
Everybody.
Yeah. Unless it's Joe Rogan.
And no, don't even listen.
And if you're listening to this, I doubt you listen to Rogan, so I don't know why I even said that. He is a
spreader of misinformation. He is a dangerous person.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to be back next week with a look at Day of the Dead to celebrate 3 years of Bring Me the Axe.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be fun because that's my favorite of the Romero movies. The Romero zombie movies. Yeah. Yep. You can also contact us directly at 99centrentalpod@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or suggestions. Do let us know if there's a cheesy movie that you love, would like to hear us give it the business. And if you would like to support us on Patreon, you can also look us up over there at patreon.com/bringmetheaxepod. A couple of tiers you can join there. All paying members get ad-free episodes, and subscribers, the $5 a month tier, can look forward to our bi-weekly X-Files rewatch pod, Do You Think I'm Spooky? Latest episode.
What's going on? What's going on there?
Yeah, the latest episode is a look at the season 2 episode, Excelsis Day. It's basically the entity in an old folks' home with a really cartoonish ending.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I literally forgot which episode. It feels like it's been a long time since we've watched it.
Been a long, lonely time.
Mm-hmm. Lonely time.
Yep. There's also our monthly Bring Me the X Millennium Edition, which is a monthly bonus episode in which we explore a modern horror movie. The current episode is a look at Get Out, in keeping with our festivities for Black History Month. Looking at Black filmmakers, Black creators, Black directors, Black actors. Black all the way down.
Black everything.
Everything.
Go listen to watch Black movies.
Watch Black. Black is beautiful. Mm-hmm. All Patreon subscribers, even the free tier, get access to our Discord server. Paying members get access to additional channels of voice and video chat and the watch parties option. Unfortunately, we did not watch this one.
Why not?
Couldn't find a version that I could stream.
Yeah, we had to rent it.
Yeah. Yep. And once again, that's patreon.com/bringmetheaxepod. And lastly, if you like what you hear, you can subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts at. We're also on YouTube. Search us by name and subscribe if you prefer to consume your podcast that way. And you'd be doing us a favor by leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It takes a second. It's so easy. If you've never done it, break the seal. Do it. Do it for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. And if you listen on YouTube, do us a favor, give the episode a like and leave a comment. We love hearing from you guys, and I truly do. It's heartwarming. It's wonderful. Just want to get that all out of the way right at the top of the show so we can run you the trailer here. Here's what we're talking about.
Enter Jim, Dragon, Kelly. He clubbers them up as Black Belt Jones.
I lost 3 of my best men in there. Now I'm asking you as a favor.
You're asking me to be the 4th. Get a couple tanks and blast it down. Forget it, man. I ain't going in there. It's a fortress.
Well, fortress or no, it's top priority.
So am I. It's suicide.
And dust to dust.
Now, who killed my father? Who's Pinky?
What you wanted for, little mama?
I ain't your mama.
She brought P.
What's wrong, man?
Oh, Black Belt, she is good, man. She is bad.
Boy, what are you talking about?
Sydney, she went into the hip pocket.
What?
She's a fighter like us, man. And she is bad. Ooh, she's bad.
Now, what are you doing? No, you stay here till I get back. Do those dishes or something.
They're done.
Black Belt Jones leads his private commandos into the nerve center of a gangland stronghold to crack a super crime conspiracy. Enter Jim, Dragon, Kelly.
You don't need these. What the hell is that? Panties? That son of a bastard with panties in my face?
This is the movie that breaks through to a new dimension in film excitement as Kelly takes on the underworld.
Black Belt Jones.
Criminal conspiracy. What is that conspiracy? Doesn't matter.
I don't know. I had the hardest time writing the fucking breakdown for this one because right off the gate, they sort of set it up. And they're just like two guys going, ha ha ha. You got the dough. Yeah. You got the pictures. Yeah. All right.
That's all it is.
Kill that guy. And then we're off to the races, and we're supposedly on board with whatever is happening. By the time this movie ends, I have no idea what that conspiracy was. Something about a civic center, then the mafia is involved.
It doesn't matter.
But I'll tell you what, this movie fucking rules.
It's pretty great.
So much goddamn fun. I'd never seen it before.
And it goes by really fast.
It's short. It's about 85 minutes long. And it zips along because, again, not a whole lot of story going on here.
No. I'd never seen this one either. And I'm glad.
What made you pick it?
You did. I didn't.
I didn't pick this one. Did another one of our goddamn guests slip this shit on? I guarantee it was Eli Bosnick.
Well, whoever it was, they got good taste. So it's probably me.
I did not pick this movie.
All right. Well, the Lord has intervened.
Yeah.
It's Black History Month. We are celebrating Black history. And this is a weird kind of niche subgenre within a subgenre that does not get a lot of attention.
Yeah. I think it's definitely appropriate for our mode here, our moment. Because even though, I mean, it's written, it's directed, it's produced by white people. This is like a almost entirely black cast.
Yeah.
It is reasonably without stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
that can't avoid it, I suppose. But it's
got all the hallmarks of blaxploitation. Like it's got strong black cast. You got a sexy badass guy. You got a real sexy badass lady. You got people coming together to strengthen the community while pushing out the bad elements.
Yep.
It's got it all. It got a funky soundtrack.
Oh, that fucking music is awesome. Like that song in the trailer is basically its theme song, love theme from Black Belt Jones.
Yeah. I mean, it hits all the high marks, the high notes of blaxploitation, but it kind of sidesteps the serious issues that tend to be also present in blaxploitation movies.
In the good ones, the stuff that like Ossie Davis made and
like they kind of allude to it here a little bit.
There's a little bit. Like there's some characters who roll in who've got a little bit of Marxism to them. One of the bad guys has a big Nation of Islam pendant on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's more like it's all of the fun parts, pretty much less the serious parts, and that's probably why it succeeds.
Yeah. Yeah. So here we go. The year was 1974, the year of our Lord. So here's some other martial arts movies released that year. The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires.
That is a bizarre film.
Very, very weird movie where Christopher Lee plays Dracula in a Shaw Brothers Hammer production. He's not entirely sure what's going on, and you can see it on Dracula's face.
Look, he signed up for this. Christopher Lee, much like Lance Henriksen, Christopher Lee never saw a contract he wouldn't sign.
And this is a guy who just kept playing Dracula even until a point where he was just like, I'm so fucking tired of playing Dracula that I'm just going to go, in AD 1972.
I think he has played that character like 27 times.
Yeah. I don't think anybody else has played Dracula as many times as Christopher Lee has.
You ever seen like My Father the Vampire?
No.
Or whatever it's called. It's a good movie.
Yeah. We also had The Young Dragons in 1974, which was John Woo's first movie.
Oh.
Yeah. It's okay. It's all right.
I watched one of his very early films recently. It was not very good.
No, he doesn't figure it out until he starts making movies with Chow Yun Fat, and he stops doing martial arts movies and starts doing crime movies. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was Sister Street Fighter, which came out that year, which was a sister series to the Sonny Chiba Street Fighter movies.
Ish.
Kind of.
It's grimy as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, those Street Fighter movies are pretty gross. They're nasty.
Yep.
And we also had Dynamite Brothers, which starred Philadelphia Eagles running back Timothy Brown, who also played he played a character on MASH with a really, really racist name.
What was the What's the name? I don't know. That movie's got a great soundtrack, by the way.
What, Dynamite Brothers? Mm-hmm. I would imagine a lot of these movies had fantastic soundtracks.
Very funky.
Yeah. And lastly, Shatter.
I thoroughly enjoy that film.
Shatter, the second Hammer Shaw Brothers co-production. That one has Peter Cushing in it.
Yep.
But he's not like a major player. He's kind of a minor character, right?
Yeah, he's kind of secondary, but it's a good movie.
Yeah. Big year for martial arts movies. Understandably, because Enter the Dragon came out the previous year and blew the fucking doors off the place. Like everybody.
Well, and Five Fingers of Death came out the year before that.
72.
And that was like that was Shaw Brothers. That was like come to America.
Yeah, that was like the first proper introduction of martial arts, like kung fu movies to America. We don't get Wu-Tang Clan without, Five Fingers of Death.
But yeah, you're right. Enter the Dragon is the one that really kicks it off.
Yeah,
because you know what it is. There was something undeniably and remarkably charismatic about Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
I mean, he was obviously an incredibly talented martial artist.
Yeah,
but just as a character, well, he was not a very good actor, but he was relentlessly charming, and that came through in like
everything that he
did.
He that famous "Be Water" speech he did, I think, on Mike Douglas, is like just so characteristically Bruce Lee, where he is. I could listen to the guy fucking talk forever. His knowledge of martial arts is fucking amazing. I studied Jeet Kune Do for about a year before I bailed on it because I was fucking terrible at it. But that guy had wasn't just like a characteristic, like a charismatic dude. He also really, really knew how to fight and turn it into a very engaging, very exciting new kind of cinema experience.
It's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. Just him doing this on camera. Like he was like really smooth and really cool.
Yeah.
Like he had the Miles Davis kind of cool.
Yeah.
Except he probably didn't beat women. But happy Black History. He just like he kind of just radiated this. Everybody wanted to sort of be him, and he kind of tragically died right after he hit.
And it's so shitty because he hit, like, it is hard to explain. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I think we've talked about it on previous episodes, but I think Enter the Dragon was made for less than $1 million, like $800,000, I want to say. And it, in just box office alone worldwide, it made something like $200 million. And this is off the back of an extremely it turned out that it was wildly commercial, but in terms of like the Hollywood production machine, a non-white star, a majority Asian cast with just a couple of key sort of Westerners to kind of tie it to Hollywood, because John Saxon.
Your John Saxons
John Saxon and Jim Kelly are in that movie.
God bless them both.
Fucking A.
Love them.
But it was like a proof of concept that just turned into like a major sort of occasion that could never really be duplicated, because
no, I mean, they'll try. They will eventually. That's how we end up with Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
We do. This does eventually get co-opted and kind of Caucasicized.
Yeah, I've got some notes down below before we get into the meat of the movie about that.
And that's also when it gets bad.
When it gets really bad, because the problem is out in Hong Kong, they're martial artists before they're actors, because the martial arts is what everybody's fucking there for. And if you can't convincingly pull off an awesome fight scene, nobody's going to sit there and watch you do kind of like wimpy roundhouse kicks. Like, I think,
especially since you're probably not a great actor to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it wasn't until like Jackie Chan and Yuen Biao and Sammo Hung came along who merged the two talents in a really good way.
In a goofy way.
In a really goofy way. Their movies.
Sammo Hung plays the same character in every fucking movie. Whether he's a good guy, a bad guy, doesn't matter.
I love it.
Same guy.
Love him for it. So we had a cast and crew to discuss. Our director is a man named Robert Klaus.
Close.
Klaus. He's a significant contributor to the Bruce Lee revolution of the 70s. His greatest
Game of Death.
Truth. His greatest and best known film is also Bruce's Enter the Dragon, which also featured Jim Kelly. Prior to Enter the Dragon, he wrote Something Evil for Steven Spielberg.
It's a TV
movie. It sounds
starring Darren McGavin.
Sounds crazy. I've never heard of it.
It is a little bit silly. It's not quite a horror movie. It turns into a real haunted house ride mystery story, but it's a little horror-y.
Okay.
It's pretty silly.
The bad guy is Satan?
No, the bad guy is like some kind of bank robber.
Oh, that's not...
I've seen it. It was a long time ago that I watched it.
Okay. And then he followed up Enter the Dragon with the earliest footage shot for Bruce's posthumous Game of Death, which also kicked off the incredibly weird Bruce-sploitation wave of the 70s and early 80s. It doesn't end there. He also had a hand in bringing Jackie Chan to the United States in Golden Harvest's attempt to keep the martial arts energy up here, eventually bringing Cynthia Rothrock back to America for the 2 China O'Brien movies.
I love those China O'Brien
They
movies.
are bad, but man, are they great.
Yeah, it's like, what if Walking Tall was somehow worse?
She's just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
That's right.
But she also,
thank God she's got a native friend to help her.
Yep. And then he also made Jim Kata, one of the weirdest martial arts movies I've ever seen.
It is a hilarious film.
It's if you've probably heard of it. It reimagines martial arts as gymnastics.
It's easily one of the weirdest and worst movies ever made.
It's so fucking bad. It is so bad. Yeah.
Do you know he also wrote the movie Dragon?
No, he has a writing credit on it because he knew Bruce Lee so well. He
was like the consultant.
Yeah, he contributed some biographical details to it.
Pretty good movie.
That's a pretty good movie. Yeah. What was that guy's name? Jason Scott Lee.
Jason Scott Lee.
Yeah, he did a pretty good Bruce Lee impression. Mm-hmm. So our cast is headed up by Jim Kelly, who had a promising career in football, beginning with college, but he bailed on that shit when the coach dropped the hard N-word on a fellow athlete.
But good, you know what? Good for him.
Yeah,
fuck that guy. Fuck that guy and fuck football.
Stick to your principles there, Jim, because it didn't really fucking matter because he took up with karate shortly after and proved to be quite gifted at it. By the early...
he's in a bunch of movies that I really love. He's not a good actor, but he's in a bunch of movies I love.
I think that he has the same, to a much lesser degree, but he does have the same sort of screen magnetism that Bruce had.
He has a charm. He definitely has a certain charm to him.
But yeah, early 70s, he was a champion in Southern California's martial arts scene, which was fucking massive. He opened up his own place and taught numerous industry people, and it just made sense to add him to Enter the Dragon, along with John Saxon, to English up their sweet kung fu movie. His appeal and natural ability turned into a 3-picture deal, of which this is the first, followed by a movie called Golden Needles with Joe Don Baker, which I'd never heard of.
And then the sequel to this.
And then he closed it out with a sort of sequel to this movie, Hot Potato.
Hot Potato.
Yep. And then with the decline of blaxploitation, his career waned a bit, but he did end up in The Last Match, which is a crazy fucking movie if ever there was one.
I love that movie so much. He's also in a movie called Mr. No Legs, which is just an insane movie. I'm not going to spoil it. Go look it up.
That's sort of Death Wish movie with a guy in a wheelchair with machine guns on it. Yeah.
Yes.
It has the funniest poster I've ever seen.
It is outstanding.
Yeah. And then we've got Gloria Hendry, who most people would likely recognize from the Bond film Live and Let Die.
God damn, she has been in... I texted you. She was in such a fucking solid run of movies in the 70s. She's in Slaughter's Big Ripoff. Yep. She's in Hell Up in Harlem, Black Caesar, Across 110th Street. These are like the best movies in the blaxploitation genre that don't have Pam Grier in them.
Yeah. They're the ones that sort of hit and made blaxploitation a mega sensation before
Across 110th Street is an awesome movie.
It is. It's also not really a blaxploitation movie, but it definitely has the flavor to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a crime film, but it's very, very good.
Yeah, she's also in Savage Sisters, which is a pretty good one, too.
Fucking love that movie.
Yeah, she did a ton of TV and has a small role in Pumpkinhead, too. She's also a singer.
What can't she do?
Nothing. She whips ass in this movie.
Yeah, she does.
And I love the fact that her character, she takes no shit.
Nope.
She's fucking
not even from Black Belt Jones himself. Can we address the fact that we are led to believe in this film that his regular government name is Black Belt Jones?
His driver's license says Black Belt Jones on it.
Yep.
I do love it. Every single person calls him Black Belt.
Mm-hmm. I think it might be my favorite part of the movie.
Yep. And then rounding out our cast here, we've got Benjamin Scatman Crothers.
Never heard of him.
Who got axed in the stomach in The Shining. And
I was expecting him to be in this a lot longer.
He's
than
only
is.
in it for about 15 or 20 minutes. 20 minutes maybe. I think
They ran out of Scatman Crothers money. That's for sure.
He's just too rich for their blood. And I don't even know where to begin with Scatman Crothers because he has been in fucking everything. He is the voice of Hong Kong Phooey. He's the voice of Jazz. He did a ton of voice acting in cartoons. Voice of Jazz.
By the 80s, he was pretty old.
Yeah. Voice of Jazz on Transformers. So many episodes of Scooby-Doo.
Yep. And he plays himself in those episodes.
Yeah. And but also he there's also a character where that he was a recurring character on that one. He was on
What's this recurring character?
Oh fuck, I didn't write it down.
God damn it. I'm looking it up.
What is he? He was also on Gilligan's Island and the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, the Globetrotters one.
Because he was also there was like a Harlem Globetrotters show that he was on.
Mm-hmm. And they were also on
Scooby-Doo. Yep. So much fucking TV. He was in the Slaughter movies, Truck Turner with Isaac Hayes, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and a movie called Chesty Anderson, USN.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Chesty Anderson.
Chesty LaRue. Hootie McBoob.
Busty St. Clair. Hootie McBoobity.
Yep.
It was the new Scooby-Doo movies. Yeah, he was Meadowlark Lemon. So he is a character in the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
On the new Scooby-Doo movies. So there's like 3 episodes with them in it. And he does the voice of Meadowlark Lemon. Why was that man's name Meadowlark Lemon? That was his actual name.
Beats me, man. Gotta give a colorful name. Gotta stand out.
Well, there you go. Scatman Crothers did the voice. And he did a great job.
Yeah. Why is he called Scatman? Because he scatted. He was known, before he was an actor, he was known as a musician. Again, multi-talented.
You had to be.
You had to be. You had to be a one-man show.
You had to you couldn't just be a woman and be like, I'm going to be in the pictures. It's like, no, you have to sing and dance and act and look beautiful all the time. And then also sometimes marry a gay man just to take one for the team.
Scatman dodged the be beautiful all the time one, though.
That's true. I don't think he married a gay man either. That I know of.
Nah. So martial arts fever began in the United States in 1972, as we said, with the Shaw Brothers' release of Five Fingers of Death. These movies mostly played at urban theaters and drive-ins secondarily. Their profile was rising in the same city theaters that were also running blaxploitation movies. And as both markets emerged, martial arts in the United States being primarily driven by the extraordinary success of Enter the Dragon, there was a market need to combine the two, maximize your
And they
dollar.
were probably cheap, too.
They probably were.
Cheap to get the license for them.
Yeah. The death of Bruce Lee left a huge gap and a lot of opportunity in Hollywood to combine the wild popularity of blaxploitation with Bruce Lee-style martial arts movies. And prior to the release of this movie, the big example was Cleopatra Jones.
Another fine film.
Yeah, because she's also like a karate-kicking badass in that one, too.
Yep.
Yeah. With Bruce dead and a sudden insatiable appetite for karate and kung fu movies, American studios turned to what they had on deck, and Jim Kelly stood out thanks to his obvious recognition from Enter the Dragon, but he's also a skilled martial artist, and as we said, he's a fairly charismatic talent.
He's also aided by the fact that he's the only person, he's the only black guy in that movie.
Yeah.
And so, it's like, hey, he's ready to go.
Yeah, but again, not even, because Chuck Norris was acting at this time, but nobody was looked at him and was like, we got to put him in our movies. It wasn't until Golan and Globus came along who were like, Chuck Norris.
Oh yeah, he's in Big Boss Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's in Bruce Lee movies, but just as a fighting guy.
He sucks.
Very hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I think I kept running into vis-a-vis these films. Is people kind of being like Robert Klaus is his not that he was a schlocky director, but he's kind of dismissed as being he made a bunch of genre films. And then I came across another fact that the dude was nominated for 2 Oscars and the Palme d'Or. Palme d'Or. Close to Palme d'Or.
Yeah, in your fucking face, Hollywood.
Yeah, suck it, Hollywood.
For what?
You
Did you see
elitist
what
bitch.
movies he was nominated for?
They were short films.
Oh, okay. But fucking still. But I mean, yeah, like, the thing is he knows how to shoot this stuff, which is fucking key to a successful martial arts movie for me. Because, like, eventually, you know, American directors are going to kind of get in on the game later into the 70s, into the 80s. But they shoot it like they're shooting like an American action movie, or fucking mostly of these guys came from TV. So they shoot the stuff like TV where it's like super tight close up, lots of quick cuts. So you don't actually see the martial arts being performed. So
Well,
you
it's
can,
like we've talked about on other episodes where like people who don't know how to shoot music usually end up doing it very poorly. And like, so there's just certain things that are a little bit, this is like shooting sports. What did we watch that had a lot of sports in it? And it was done by a fairly famous director. I can't remember.
No, I can't remember.
But it was something like that. And it was, we were surprised that he was able to shoot a lot of like a ton of was it football. It was Robert Rodriguez.
That's right.
The Faculty.
Yeah.
The Faculty has these like big kind of action-y football scenes, and he shoots them very well. And these are all things that are really hard. If you're not accustomed to shooting them, they're not like shooting other things.
No.
They're very specific.
Yeah, like the sort of urge with these guys is to shoot everything in tight close up, but like in a something like a football. Like you watch like NFL reels, the stuff that's like shot on 35 millimeter. It's shot fucking wide, so you can see like the entire play out. You can see like a long shot of a football being thrown. It's very fucking dramatic. It's the same thing in here. Like in Hong Kong, when they would shoot this stuff, they would choreograph it, particularly if it was choreographed by a guy named Yuan Wu Ping, and they would choreograph it, and they would choreograph it as it was intended to be filmed, so that they could shoot it like in wide. You could see several guys fighting one guy at one time. You could see them performing the moves, doing all the blocks and all the sort of gymnastic stuff. But here, like in America, particularly when we get into the 80s, especially when Cannon starts working with Chuck Norris, everything gets real tight. And it sort of loses that sort of charm. Like Hong Kong keeps it up because it's what they've been doing for fucking ever since there was film in China.
When you get your trampoline scenes in there as well.
I think you mean trombo.
Wide shot.
I think you mean trombopoline.
Trampoline.
Yep. The problem that Hollywood faced was that Hong Kong martial arts produced by the Shaw Brothers and Golden Harvest, which were being imported and played in a lot of like sort of niche movie theaters, they're a particularly Chinese export that has a limited appeal in the United States, and with very few martial artists who also bear any sort of screen magnetism. Here in the States, that is, the martial arts craze declined until it was basically nothing but Cannon-produced ninja movies starring white guys plus Sho Kosugi. And a number
you
of
also get like there's a certain point where it's like the sword fighting movies.
Oh, the wuxia movies.
Yeah. Those start to pick up in popularity as well. And if you don't have at least a kind of a working knowledge of Chinese history, a lot of that gets lost on you.
Yeah. Yeah. There was also a number of attempts to make Jackie Chan the next Bruce Lee, a project that fails miserably in the 80s and then succeeds wildly in the 90s when American distributors allowed him to just basically be himself, releasing dubbed versions of 90s Jackie Chan movies from Hong Kong.
I can't stand him.
Jackie Chan?
I mean, no, I recognize that he's a very talented martial artist. I just, as an actor, I don't like him.
Oh, God.
I find that, like, isn't he so cute? Goofy.
Those are my fucking
like,
favorite ones. My favorite Jackie Chan, maybe my favorite kung fu movie of all time is Drunken Master 2. And that's the one where he is no more clownish in any other movie. Like he's
also pretty Republican at this point, which is very sad.
As a dude, I know a little bit about him and I don't respect him at all in that respect, but goddamn, that guy makes a goddamn movie and he is willing to put his body on the line.
That is true.
Yeah. So what about the press? Where'd the press?
Oh, buckle up. This is going to get interesting, and it's going to make for an interesting conversation.
Okay.
All right. We're going to start with William A. Hendry III. The third from the Boston Globe, the well-respected, widely read paper of record, the Boston Globe.
The old gray lady.
Black Belt Jones is a foul fantasy, a smirky and slapped together piece of racist and sexist violence. The needless crushing of a white man's leg makes the heroine smile. It's early on to think about the worst movies of 1974, but even among blaxploitation and kung fu films, Black Belt Jones may have less redeeming social importance than anything since Black Caesar.
Oh, no!
Now, out of curiosity, how do you think William A. Henry III feels about black people?
Listen, this is a guy who
Who
definitely...
do you think he would have voted for in 2016?
This guy definitely drinks his tea with his fucking pinky out. What a fucking shit. He's so offended by the fact that, like, because that ending, I got some fucking notes about that shit, but yeah. Oh, he's so horrified that they hurt a white man.
Oh, well, hold on. Buckle up.
Oh, no.
As I said, Jerry Oster, the Daily News of New York, another well-respected paper. Black Belt Jones is about a strange world. Black is beautiful and white is not only evil, but silly.
Oh, no.
Blacks who associate with whites are necessarily evil. The movie has a little more humor than the everyday kung fu movie, but it makes most of its jokes at the expense of some race or sex or creed, don't know who we could be talking about, so I can't imagine to whom it would be consistently funny.
He's one of these, this is written presumably in the 70s.
No, these are all contemporary.
He's writing like one of these guys who fucking posts on Twitter all the time about how wokeness is actually fascism and how that's actually racism.
Yes, and this is racist against white people. I didn't include more of them. Those are the only two that are going to go there. But those are not the only ones. And what I think is really interesting, I will get back to them in a second, but what I think is really interesting is that the white people in this movie are secondary at best. The villains, like the antagonists of this movie, are another group of black people.
Yeah.
They are the sort of negative influence on the neighborhood. Those are the real villains. The white people in the movie are just sort of like there for, to fill out the script, maybe. It's just padding. So to be like, white people are bad, I'm like, that is not the message in this at all. If anything, white people are there. That's
all you can really say about it. Yeah.
I mean, the mafia guys, I guess, are kind of a stereotype, but like, as stereotypes go, it could have been a whole lot worse.
My God, what a bunch of assholes.
It is remarkable that was a mainstream view. I don't know why I'm surprised by this. It's this fucking same mainstream view today. People don't change.
It really does. Like nothing fucking changes. Like I said, those guys were reviewing a movie as if they were fucking posting about Bad Bunny on Twitter, getting boosted by Elon Musk.
Let's get back to it. A.H. Weiler, the New York Times, the actual great lady. This latest of the slew of kick-and-slash melodramas is as basically silly as many of the previous similarly action-packed adventures it imitates, and is as obvious as a karate chop. Zing. The succession of clashes and excessive street language tend to become repetitious, and as unwittingly comic as the cast's largely mechanical performances. I would say that it is wittingly comic. This Black Belt Jones is stale and overtrained despite all the chops, kicks, and belts. I don't know why he writes this Black Belt Jones, so you don't get confused with another Black Belt Jones.
Well, there's Black Belt Jones, the of the Philadelphia Joneses.
Yes, the Joneses, yes, of course. All right, Sam Frank, the Los Angeles Times. Black Belt Jones operates on the assumption that if you love those mafia, kung fu, and blaxploitation films, you'll love even more a super flick that combines them all. But the result of this particular mix is an amateurish failure. The film is full of knees to the crotch. That is true. You can't deny that.
There's a lot of
so much dick punching.
So much dick punching in this movie.
And other karate action. It all looks fake, so transparently so that it becomes mildly amusing. Again, I don't think it looks fake. I mean, it looks fake because
there's a couple of very cheesy moments of people getting thrown through windows or
sure,
something like
it's
that.
Choreographed fighting,
yeah.
But, And finally, the San Francisco Examiner. I'll explain why this is finally. The San Francisco Examiner, Michel Lomax. Borrowed from the Hong Kong films are the slow motion stop action photography and the trampolines. That's also badly struck.
Trombopoline.
Yeah, homegrown is the style, which owes a lot to Oscar Williams' script. It knows of what it speaks, the language and humor of an urban black community. As they did in Enter the Dragon, the team of producers have taken a crude form and polished it to high gloss. Michelle Lomax liked the movie.
Good.
And I do think it is interesting that the more urban of these, to say San Francisco Examiner, Los Angeles Times, even the New York Times to a certain extent was like, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
These are all very, very big cities. And they're all kind of like, yeah, you know, I bet this movie would appeal to black people who are looking for a good action movie.
Yeah.
And maybe some white people.
And the thing is like when you're a film reviewer, that's kind of what your job is like.
Yeah, your job is not to tell me whether it's good or bad.
What did this movie set out to do? Does it pull that off? And like, if you could say like, yeah, this is an entertaining martial arts movie in the blaxploitation
instead of being like,
current.
they're mean to white people in this. Can you believe it?
But then again, like, I should not be surprised that a guy who has the third in his name was fucking upset about white people.
It should also be said that I have combed through for well over a decade now, been combing through the Boston Globe for various reasons. This is the first time I've ever seen this man's name.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine that he did not last very long, or he was just filling it.
He was probably...
Because it's also just a shit review. It doesn't tell me anything.
No.
Like, you may as well have just not published a review.
He probably kept turning in, like, really racist articles to the editor. It was just, like, constant, like, white...
He's like, hey, has anybody been to Roxbury lately? It's full of them!
He's got real fucking opinions about busing.
Mm-hmm. So you might notice that there is something missing from this lineup of reviews. There was, in fact, no 1-star. We'll peek behind the curtain, y'all. When I do the IMDb reviews, it is the 1-star reviews that I'm cherry picking because I love outrage. But there actually were no 1-star reviews for this.
That's awesome.
And there was only one 2-star review, and it was done in good humor.
That's funny.
So it's not fun if it's
no
self-aware and So
yeah. Well, we're gonna.
I thought it was interesting that like there were people that were just like, I can't believe that they say white people are bad, and I watched this movie and they don't say that.
No, there is absolutely.
They're just like, hey, white people are over there. I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They live on the other side of the city, or they have a winery and they make a lot of spaghetti there
for some reason.
Well, we're gonna dive into this movie right after these messages. Okay, so. We open on some shady dudes in a fancy Lincoln Continental pulling up to an estate on a vineyard. Also,
I would like to say I love the fact that there is a criminal vineyard at the heart of this mafia organization.
Oh man, I wonder how many like wineries are out there that also are like just criminal fronts. There's got to be a lot.
I think they're not. They're just owned by, fucking directors and shit.
This is true.
Maynard James Keenan.
Yeah, also, the IMDb trivia did not let me down. There's hardly any trivia to be known about this movie, but they're going to tell you all about the cars in this movie.
Yeah, if you want to know what kind of cars these people are driving, IMDb's got you.
Yeah. They all get out in their sharp suits, and they go in, where an old dude activates a lift, which causes a box to rise from one of the barrels of wine.
And they do it first. They do a little like baseball signals to each other. And the one dude on the ground, who turns out his name is Big Tuna, he is very excited about whatever play they're about to make.
The shady dudes pop it open and marvel at its content. Look at all that bread, they say.
And then he kisses it.
I got to tell you, we got to bring bread back into sort of like
I have tried
the cultural vernacular.
Bread.
Because you can still get away with dough, but bread is such an awesome one. And while we're at it, let's start calling marijuana grass again. Okay,
I'm all on board for that.
So they show the middle guy a photo and they have him hand over the dough related to whatever is in that photo. We don't actually see it. I don't think we ever actually see it.
You never find out what it is.
No idea. It is the most MacGuffin of MacGuffins.
None of this will matter at all.
No.
I mean, I guess kind of in the end, it's sort of how we get to the end.
Yeah. One of them,
but not really.
No, but one of them marvels at his watch, realizing that it's probably a listening device, and he's not wrong. Two guys elsewhere in the city listen to the conversation through headphones.
All right, what did we just watch with that guy in it?
The guy who gets strangled?
No, the guy the cop, or the FBI agent or whatever he is.
I don't know. I didn't.
Again, we never find out what.
I didn't recognize him. He looks like every white guy playing a cop or an FBI agent in the 70s.
So I looked him up. He's in. I don't know if it was like Mission USA or some shit, some Chuck Norris movie, and I think it's that.
Okay.
Because I like really recognized him.
So the mob guys strangle Mr. Watch Guy, and they hide his body in the cask of Amontillado with the rest of the bread.
They also when they strangle him, he puts the rope around his neck so gingerly.
He's gotta be careful, you know.
He's very gentle.
Gotta be careful. Yep. His handlers, frustrated at the loss of their inside man, declare that it's time to bring in Black Belt Jones. He's the only one who can get inside that winery.
Now, why is that? Who knows?
Don't know. I'm not even sure what Black Belt Jones does.
Well, I mean, he runs a trampoline school. Or at the very least, he runs trampoline classes.
Yeah.
He teaches private lessons.
And apparently his business is booming because he lives in a fucking house in Malibu that looks like a Cybertruck.
Yep.
So over at a TV studio, our man Black Belt Jones excuses himself from the audience of an interview show about Latin American dignitaries.
And the lapels on Black Belt Jones's suit are insanely large.
Also, I gotta wonder how tall Jim Kelly was because he is wearing boots with fucking heels that Gene Simmons.
Oh yeah, no, I have a note that says he is about to do kung fu in a 4-inch heel. You gotta respect that.
Yeah, he goes to check out the parking lot where a bunch of shady dudes wait, sneaking around the lot. And then he commences to sneak up on them and whip their asses over the Black Belt Jones theme song.
In 4-inch heels.
Ba-da.
In a fucking spiked stiletto.
It's like a drag race contestant.
It's amazing.
Ba-da. Ba-da, ba-ba, ba-da. Yep.
I mean, as blaxploitation soundtracks go, this one's actually not that good. It just has some really great moments.
Yeah, it does. His style, very Jeet Kune Do. He carries himself like Bruce Lee. Does a lot of Bruce's signature like yips and keys as he beats the guys up.
He does, and I'm going to be honest with you. That shit gets really annoying by the end of the movie because it jumps the shark. We go from sounding like Bruce Lee to sounding like the Three Stooges.
He does. It's like he's doing his own version of it, but it's like this deeper sort of more basso kind of vocalization. I didn't like it after a while because you hear it fucking a lot. Yep. So this is a steady montage of hot karate action, throwing guys through car windshields, punches a dude.
I love the old white guys that are just sort of standing back, nodding their approval.
Punches a dude in the nuts several times, and as the last guy turns to run, Black Belt picks up the gun he dropped and casually shoots him in the butt. Mm-hmm. When he's done, the Latin American dignitary and his escorts are just delighted by the efficiency of the ass kicking. Maybe he's a bodyguard. Like maybe that's his thing. Okay. And so they're like, money well spent on this Black Belt Jones. Yep. And then
this Black Belt Jones,
not the one from Philadelphia. Then he drives away in his sweet sports car. And the FBI, maybe are they cops or the FBI? What's the deal with these guys?
I mean,
that doesn't fucking matter. But I couldn't.
Let's go FBI.
All right. They want to hire Black Belt to infiltrate that winery, but he's not having it. They've lost 3 dudes in there, and they're setting him up to be the 4th. You want in so bad? Why don't you pretend it's a ghetto and roll in there with tanks?
Ooh,
sassy,
topical,
sassy Black Belt Jones.
And not wrong.
No, was it 4 years prior to this was Watts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Now, the FBI guy points out that these mobsters are all tied up in the state government. This conspiracy goes all the way to the top. Black Belt leaves, convinced that he's not going to do this job. And the FBI guy calls up his superiors and tells them the opposite. So over at the winery, our mob guys reveal the big deal. There's a new civic center going up in the city. Government has snatched up all the land they need, but there's one problem. One business in the neighborhood refuses to sell out. A karate school owned by Papa Bird.
But don't worry. Don Stefano is on it. And I'll tell you what, Don Stefano is a lot to take in with the eyes.
It's a real proto mullet.
Yeah.
So we cut to...
It would be very popular right now.
Yeah. Oh, man. What's that girl, Sarah Squirm, that comedian from SNL?
Sure.
Yeah, she's got that kind of hair.
Is she a lesbian? That's a lesbian.
I think so. Yeah. Cut to Blackbird's dojo where a bunch of dudes and geese work out. Pop is out back where his old lady gives him a hard time.
Whoo, Scatman Crothers, is it a wig? But a better question is, why is it a wig?
I know. He's a man known for his bald head. And man, it is.
She is. I want a whole movie of Lucy and Pop.
just them fighting all the time.
I mean, I guess that's just the Jeffersons, I suppose. But
you've been promising me marriage for 15 years. It's like, oh, girl, just get out.
He's been too busy gambling and hoe chasing. She's got some great lines.
Yep. So yeah, he'd do it, but he has to prioritize his school and kids. One of his senseis comes back to talk to him, a guy named Toppy. Why haven't you taught class? And his lady tells him he's too busy gambling and hoe chasing to teach.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So now over at the pool hall in town, some bad dudes with weapons and Marxist political affiliations crash the party and demand that he stop selling drugs to the community. I love these guys. They're like Black Dynamite.
Oh, I mean, like they're basically the Black Panthers.
They're the Black Panthers. Yeah. Pinky, the dude in charge.
To the SLA, if you want to be maybe a little more threatening.
Pinky, the dude in charge of the hall, pleads innocent, but his heavies get the drop on these Black Panther guys and whip their asses. And they get their leader's head on the pool table and are about to knock his teeth out with a pool ball, but along comes a mob guy, a dude named Big Tuna, for a meeting. Big Tuna accuses Pinky of skimming from the protection racket funds, and they offer him a way to make it right. They want his help running Pop Bird out of his dojo so the city can snatch up the property and build the civic center.
That ain't right.
It's not right. A lot of ways, it's like Breaking 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, no, I actually did clock that initially. I was like, this has got to be the first, tearing down the rec center plot.
Yeah. So Pinky and his boys head over to the dojo to talk to Pop, but they make a big mistake. They don't take their shoes off before they step on the mats, which, you go to a dojo and you do this, you can expect to get karate chopped in the neck.
Also, let's be honest, the mats look like someone just taped some cardboard to the floor.
They really do. Yep. The kid in charge informs them of this, and they make another big mistake. They shove him to the ground. So big fight erupts, and the karate dudes proceed to whip their asses. Now, Pop comes out and demonstrates that he also has hands.
Man, Scatman Crothers doing kung fu is hilarious.
I am not convinced that Pop Bird knows karate.
No? Was something about it that didn't feel right?
So pretty soon they drive off Pinky's crew. Now cut to Black Belt's fancy pad out in Malibu. A couple of girls jump on a trampoline. And Black Belt gets a phone call. It's the boys at the dojo. They need Black Belt to get over there and handle business.
Mm-hmm.
Toppy, Pop's right-hand man, busts his chops about how he runs the school.
This is where we find out that this is a grant-funded karate school. And the 70s was nuts. They were just throwing money at fucking anything that moved.
Fucking, it's socialist America. You ever written a grant letter?
Many. Yeah. For about 5 years, I had a grant-funded job.
Were you teaching karate?
I was not. I was doing mental health outreach to homeless people.
I bet you they aren't fulfilling those grants anymore.
No, probably not. I doubt that job even exists.
All these students see him gambling and bringing ladies around the school. How's that supposed to work? It's not setting a good example, and it's going to ruin the place. If it wasn't for Black Belt, they wouldn't have gotten the grant that allows them to stay open. So Toppy pops off to Black Belt. Maybe this isn't working out, but Black Belt shuts that shit down. We're here to give the kids a place to go and something productive to do so they don't have to do the things that we did.
So this is what? This is 74.
Yep.
So this is, because they are in South Central Los Angeles.
Yeah, they say multiple times that they're in Crenshaw. And I think, because I looked it up, he says the address. I'm pretty sure that was the actual address of that building in Crenshaw.
It is. That was Jim Kelly's actual karate school, I think. Now, this is when, 74 is when the war really comes to an end.
Yep.
And so this is when shit starts to kind of go south in South Central. I mean, in Los Angeles broadly, but in South Central as well, because people are coming home from the war and they are, of course, not getting any mental health treatment. And a lot of them have been traumatized. And so a lot of people start doing drugs. Like everything we see in the 80s and 90s about South Central comes from this period. This is when people start coming back from Vietnam and they're all fucked up. And this is where we get the Bloods and the Crips start up not long after this. So this emphasis on giving the kids a good place to go, not kind of giving them good role models. Like Pop's not a good role model because he's out here hoe chasing and gambling. Like these are all, if you lived in these neighborhoods, this shit probably would have been really relevant and probably sounded really familiar. And it would have been really nice to see someone who's just like, yeah, we gotta take care of this community. Like, this is what made these movies really important, and I think still do to a certain extent. They don't play it up that much in this, but like that's really the core of this. Is like Black Belt Jones is just here to be a good role model. Yeah. He's gonna give the kids a place to go after school, so they're not out on the streets, because that is literally what happens.
Yeah, Pop, he's not making this easy because he's out there dressing like Rudy Ray Moore.
Whoo, boy, is he ever.
Cut to a shot of Pop walking down the street, just slapping some random lady's ass.
Sexually harassing women.
Toppy and Black Belt lay a trap for Pinky and his men who come by that night. And they find the door open.
Oh my God. This trap. So there are several moments in this movie that feel like an episode of Scooby-Doo.
This is one of them.
This is going to be one of them.
If they could have, I guarantee that when the lights were off, you would have seen their eyes in the darkness. Uh-huh. So Black Belt moves in darkness, and Toppy turns the light on for a couple of seconds in intervals of 3 so Black Belt can kick his ass, move, and kick more ass.
Like we would have seen their feet like scurrying in that like circular.
There's a moment where it shows Black Belt's feet like shuffling around on the ground in the darkness.
The only thing missing from this moment is like a Strawberry Alarm Clock song in the background.
That's when I noticed that he had those crazy heels on his boots.
Yep. Now, one of Pinky's gang members, Plumber is his name.
He's the guy from Night of the Comet. He's the alley
zombie. He's a zombie outside the movie theater.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, Pinky's boys never knew what hit them, except that they did because they immediately make Black Belt. And then Pinky opens fire.
Yeah, and you went there, man. You knew who you were looking for. You found him. He just kicked the shit out of you.
And Pinky opens fire with his revolver and shoots one of his own dudes.
And it's hilarious.
It's very cartoony. Pinky and his crew go over to a nearby bar, demanding to know who's in the back playing cards.
And who's that behind the bar?
I don't know.
That's Marla Gibbs.
Shit, okay.
Mary. Yeah, they got fucking Mary from 227.
That's awesome.
Or Florence from the Jeffersons, if you must.
They bust in on the game and they put a gun to Pop's head. Pop owes him $1,000, but now Pinky raises it to $11,000. And he's gonna,
and quite hilariously, it will just keep jumping every time he talks about it.
Says the number goes up.
I think by the end of the movie, it's like $240,000.
Yeah, but the thing is if Pop gives him the business, he'll just call it even. And Pop refuses because the building doesn't belong to him. It belongs to somebody named Sidney. So they beat him up. Now one of Pinky's guys hits him so hard that Pop's lights go out for the last time, and he dies right there.
What an unceremonious death for a man with such tremendous personality.
Just punch him right in the head.
Pop, we hardly knew thee.
So Pinky sends his crew out to find that dude, Sidney. At the funeral, his students send him off with a series of elaborate karate salutes.
Look, this slow kung fu performance at the head of the casket is hilarious and ridiculous. It is also exactly what I want at my funeral when I die.
Put that shit in writing and I will make it happen. Black Belt meets with the guy from the FBI.
I want like a full Shen Yun performance from Shen Yun themselves. Those fucking weird communists here.
Yeah, that's what is that? That's China before communism.
That's right. Except they've only existed since like the 70s.
I believe they're attached to Falun Gong.
They are Falun Gong. They are a very dangerous cult.
Yeah. Black Belt meets with a guy from the FBI and sets him on a mission to find Pop's daughter. And apparently it takes about an afternoon to track this girl down. She's the girl that he willed everything to, Sidney. And so as they're laying the body into the ground, Black Belt leads students in a 21-punch salute.
That's amazing.
His guys show up with Sidney. I guess it didn't take long to find her. And then he introduces them so they can find out who killed her dad. Now, Don Homer calls up Pink to get the info on why they can't get the building. And he tells them and informs them,
why are you not getting the money?
He's
very insistent.
Where's the money?
This.
He fills them in and informs them that he's bringing in some Bogarts from Frisco, real scary dudes.
What have I done to deserve this flat, flavorless Manhattan?
Yeah, this is when I noticed that the guy Malik Carter is the guy who plays Pinky, wearing a huge Nation of Islam pendant around his neck. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and there are, if you listener, if you grew up in the 70s, 80s, maybe early 90s, you will recognize these people from everything. They're just like background, like character actors, and sort of like background people from name your sitcom.
What's happening?
Or like your crime show
Good
or whatever.
times.
Like Streets of San Francisco. Like you would have seen them in like I recognize every single one of these dudes. Couldn't name a single one of them.
No. Sanford and
Except
Son.
for Marley Gibbs. I can always name Marley Gibbs.
So the Bogarts arrive, and there's some real good time dudes. I can't wait.
I kind of love this moment too. When the guy's like, why are your pants wet?
I know, and he smells his hands.
Yes.
It's like that little girl on the fucking Orange Line that time.
Doesn't smell like pee. It doesn't smell like water. It smells like pee.
And they can't wait to get down to business. Over at the funeral, Black Belt and Toppy fill Sydney in on the details. They think that Pink had something to do with it. She's all business and takes a ride with Quincy, Pop's youngest student. And she asks him to take her over to Pinky's place, the Hip Pocket, so she can see what sort of guy her dad was doing business with. Quincy is hesitant, but he agrees if they just do a drive-by, but she tells him to stop and gets out so she can go over.
And she does. She kind of like creeps down the stairs, and there's like a big broken window. And I thought, Pinky stole $1 million from the mob, and he can't even fix a broken window. This is why the neighborhood's going to hell.
Yeah. So she goes in, and the crew immediately puts on the menace, but she doesn't care. Guess who also knows karate?
Well, before she knows karate, she's also a bit of a homophobe. But I could have done without that.
There's a little bit of that in this movie.
Yeah, it's kind of, this is not the last time.
So she takes off her shoes and unbuttons her skirt and then whips the shit out of Pinky's crew. They can't even get a surprise attack on her. She's just too fast. She's too aware. She punches a couple of guys right in the dick because that is never not funny.
Yeah, and that is the go-to in this movie. It's great.
Yep. And when it's all over, she just tells them that Sydney was here. Quincy can't wait to tell Black Belt and Toppy. So he goes back and tells Black Belt and Toppy, and he is so fucking excited.
I love that when Pinky comes back to the billiard hall and he walks in and they're all still kind of like, they're not laying on the ground. They're like slumped over the pool table. It's like this just happened, but they've also been there for an hour.
They're all defeated.
Yeah, it's very silly.
So the beat up crew tells Pinky about Sydney as he shows up with his new heavies. Looks like they better school her on city rules. They said, I'm going to turn her out.
Don't like
the sound of that
either.
So Black Belt and Sydney get to know each other. They had wildly different relationships with her dad, but she thinks that she wants to keep on with the work at the dojo.
This is a very odd scene because they are walking down the street, and it's this is a tracking shots. They're following them as they're walking down the street, but they're following them from across the street, and so traffic just keeps cutting in front of the camera.
Yeah.
It's kind of an odd choice.
There's a couple of moments where they shoot some stuff on the street where it's very clearly that they did not have the resources to control the entire scene, because there are people who are very clearly not in the movie, just standing there, bystanders, who are like, oh shit, they're making a movie over there.
Those are the best guys, the ones that stare right down the barrel of the camera.
Yeah. Pink and his new dudes go back to the dojo looking for Sydney. They only find karate students.
Well, we also get some more homophobia here.
His new dudes aren't the chumps that the old ones are, though. They handily whoop on Pop's guys, throwing one of them on a trampoline, which he bounces off of and up into the ceiling. Pink's new...
It's goofy.
Yeah. Pink's new guys are just impervious to this crazy karate stuff. And when it's all over, Pinky shows them the IOU note from Pop and adds all this bullshit charges for a total of $250,000. Just give them the building and all those charges will be forgiven.
I mean, give them the building. When is that an option?
You can just sign the deed over.
It's like drag racing in the 50s. What the fuck was wrong with
We're going to do
people?
karate for pink slips.
Jesus.
And for collateral, they kidnap Quincy.
They do. They pick him. They literally pick him up and walk off with him.
Like a suitcase under their arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Toppy calls Black Belt to tell him the bad news. Money in the building for Quincy's return. And Black Belt says that the building isn't worth $250,000.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Black Belt smells a rat, so they go over.
Well, That's not first. She's got to finish the dishes.
Yeah.
The dishes are done, man.
I know. I had the same thought. Sydney pops her suitcase. She brought 2 guns and boxes of ammo and not much else. So Black Belt tries to tell her to stay behind. Do those dishes or something, babe. So she shoots the dishes. They're done. She doesn't take shit from Black Belt Jones.
I love it. She's great. She's actually the only decent actor in this, and she's very cool.
Yeah. So they meet with the FBI guy at the dojo. Sydney says she's willing to trade for Quincy. And Black Belt has a plan to get the money, though. And I suspect that it's a big breakdance performance to save the rec center.
Naturally. Well, what else would you do?
I'm just playing. Whatever Black Belt's plan is, it's a mystery. We just have to trust him.
And it's going to be far weirder than you could imagine.
Because they start to mime it, and I'm like, they're not going to do what I think they're going to do, are they? And then they do it.
They sure do.
So they call up Pinky to make the arrangement. And Pink answers the phone, which is tapped directly into the phone wiring.
Why?
I don't know.
And then he's got this is like some Austin Powers shit. Like, he's got the phone, he puts it back into a giant bag.
It's a big, like, old 70s rotary phone. And they're standing, like, in the fucking Hollywood Hills. And he's got a guy up on the telephone pole wiring it directly into the telephone wiring.
Jelly.
Yeah.
That's jelly up on the telephone pole. It's, it is a very particular kind of humor that I imagine probably didn't really resonate with white audiences. Because most blaxploitation movies don't have a lot of humor in them.
Yeah.
Some of them do, but not really. And this is a very specific kind of humor. It's silly in a way that is hard to articulate.
It really is like an Austin Powers joke, because it is almost anachronistic what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then after they're done, Pinky does this really sweet rap about how much he loves money.
Look at me. Pinky's my name and money's my preach on, Pinky, preach on. Choose money on my honey. Shit. And you can pull out my groin, but give me that coin. Hey, I'd rather be dead than not have any bread. You know, Pinky's mama didn't raise no fool now.
No, that's great. I actually haven't noticed. His praise of money, his poem in praise of money is really great.
Yeah, at the FBI, Black Belt reveals his plan. He's going to Don Homer's winery with an army. He just needs $50,000. So Black Belt recruits his trampoline ladies, Charlene, Mary, and Pickles.
Who are these people?
They're his students.
Why is he teaching a trampoline class?
I don't know. I do not know. It is
This is an excuse for women in bathing suits to be bouncing up and down.
It's like that fucking section on the old Man Show on Comedy Central. But they're like one.
I have no respect for that.
They're like one-piece bathing suits too. Like, it's such a bizarre little thing. And he kind of implies that they're doing a performance, and they're like, oh, another performance.
Well, so they're actors. What I kind of glean from this very short scene is that they're actors.
Yeah.
And he's like teaching them, I don't know what, jumping skills?
Jumping on a trampoline.
Trampoline skills?
Charlene, Mary.
I mean, my trampoline skills are not very good.
What's up? It's Pickles. In montage, we go over to the plan. Something about a small trampoline, a Polaroid camera, and a grappling hook.
I mean, it is weird to enlist your trampoline girls as spies. My next note says, I'm so confused.
Was Charlie's Angels on yet? Or was that later in the 70s?
I think it might have been 76-ish.
Okay. Because this very much has like
Maybe 75,
this has a Charlie's Angels thing going on.
What would we have had by this point? I mean, Bond stuff, for sure.
Yeah. They're definitely tapping into the James Bond stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there's also like what are those AIP movies, the Dr. Goldfoot movies?
Yep. Yeah. The Euro spy thing was really swinging.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of that.
Black Belt and his karate crew go over to Don Homer's winery, get to setting up the gear so the girls can do their thing.
And the weird part about the Don's winery is that it is largely staffed by like what looks to be football players.
Let's see. Where's my note? Yeah, they're the winery security, which is a bunch of white guys who look like middle-aged divorcees.
Yeah, I was like, I had corn-fed Midwestern fellas.
Yeah, like comb overs, but they're all a little big.
Yeah,
played football in high school and college maybe. So yeah, they go over, they fire up the grappling hooks, and Don Homer tells all of his guys who are having dinner at the winery.
Big spaghetti dinner.
Manja.
I made a big tomato sauce.
Tells them everything's going well with the real estate situation. Just one small problem with the black area, he says.
Okay.
Yeah, but he brought them in to deal with the black area. But for right now, eat that spaghetti, goddammit.
Yeah, it's a real throwaway moment.
So Black Belt and his crew beat up the winery security. They use the trampolines to spray shaving cream on the alarms.
Now, my question is, wouldn't a small ladder have been more convenient than a collapsible trampoline?
But then they wouldn't have
a trampoline. I would like to add that collapses down,
Yeah.
like it folds in. If you're jumping on it and it folds in,
It's like a bear trap for your shins.
Yeah, would it not just snap on you?
Yep.
Like the rest of this scene is realistic and
yep. And then they jump up with the Polaroid. They take a picture and then they put the picture in this like weird armature in front of the security camera.
It is cartoonish. Like again, it's this
you have
like
100% seen this on Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
So they whip some more of the security guys. They try to sound the alarm, but nothing happens.
Okay, so there is a security guy with a broken nose. I don't think we've seen him before. I think he just had a broken nose.
Maybe he got like punched in the face or something.
Because he's not like... Because at first I was like, did I miss something? Is this guy supposed to be significant? No, he's just a dude who looks like he maybe accidentally got punched in the face.
Like maybe because
and he was like, no, I'm going to be in it. I'm in the movie.
Do or die. You know, he's a stunt man. This is what he does for a living.
Hey, I appreciate that. Now, also, if you want to be stealthy and sneaky, maybe stop shouting with every punch.
True. Also, you got to figure out how to soften those blows because every punch is like a slap.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they try to sound the alarm, but nothing happens. Outside, the rest of the crew is fucking with the Italian guy's car, while Sydney and Black Belt reveal the hidden goods about the Civic Center project, and they also steal all the money. Don Homer checks the security camera as everyone is making their getaway, and the breeze has moved the photo so he can see the edge of the picture and everybody just escaping behind it. Mamma mia!
This is why Looney Tunes plots don't work in the real world.
There's a part later on where it's like, why don't they just paint a fucking a tunnel on the side of the mountain and drive through it?
Seriously.
So it's no good.
Like it's the antics are that level of silly.
It's no good, though. Black Belt and Sydney deal with the rest of Don Homer's guys and make it a fast getaway.
It's really just the same 5 dudes.
Yeah.
Like, they make it look like he's fighting just a bunch of guys, like a huge horde of guys, but it's really just the same 5
They're
guys.
so recognizable. There's a couple of stunts that he does that you could tell that it's a stunt, like a gymnast stuntman doing it, because they're wearing these like balaclavas over their head, and because they've all got these very large afros, they fit over their head very funny. But when the guy does the stunts, the fit is different. It doesn't look like he has an afro,
and he has white hands.
It's
like in Fall. Did you ever play Fallout 3?
Yeah.
There's a bug in Fallout 3 where like it'll mix up the the different limbs of the kind of NPCs, and so you'll have a guy with a black head, like a black guy's head, and white arms. It's very strange.
He's like a Frankenstein's monster.
Yes.
So Black Belt and Sydney take the money over to Pinky to get Quincy, but it doesn't go over the way he thought it would. They have Quincy at gunpoint, and they take the money, leaving Black Belt to deal with the toadies.
And Pinky says, "What's holding you up, Black Butt?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, why is this that? And I was like, oh, Black Belt.
Yeah.
Because that's his name.
Black Butt Jones. It's like kind of like how we call Howard Lutnick Howard Buttlick.
Howard Nutlick.
Yep. They're to kill these two and then find Sydney and kill her too.
And Pinky keeps referring to them as communists, but they're not communists. The communists are just the other people who came in before. Are we just to assume that like anyone who is anti-Pinky is a communist because they want to like save the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's really what it is they won't sell out because they provide a valuable, probably very inexpensive service to the community. And like these guys are standing in the way of just naked capitalism.
Well, look, Pinky would love some of the reviews for this movie.
I know, he would be like, how dare they hurt that white person?
Mm-hmm.
So Black Belt has no choice but to let them kick his ass. And the alternative is that they kill Quincy. Good thing Sidney shows up to beat the crap out of the guy with the gun. And Black Belt has him beat it while he stays behind and beats on Pinky's guys. And then they chase him out to a train yard. The Black Belt leads the guys into a train car. One by one, he takes them on, throwing each one through a different window so we can see glass break every time.
Yep.
It's down to one last big guy, and he lets Black Belt go. But as soon as he turns his back, the guy advances on him. Black Belt's too quick to fall for that shit, and he sends the last guy through a window, too.
And then after all is said and done, he says, let's go to McDonald's.
McDonald's.
And I thought, well, that does sound nice.
Yeah. Black Belt calls up Big Tuna, gives him a heads up. Pinky is going to try to pay him off with his own money. That's the whole thing. So Big Tuna and his goons go over to Pinky's hip pocket to confront him about this. They rough him up. They want the rest of the money he stole, and they want the pictures back. So they beat him up, knocking a pool ball into his mouth. And that's when he realizes that Black Belt Jones set him up.
I mean, like, there's really no payoff, though, for the setup. Like, he's like, no, I was set up. And they're like, oh, that makes sense, I guess. Sorry.
Right. So Black Belt and Sidney get to know each other on the beach. He propositions her and she turns him out. She's not.
Yeah, she says, I wouldn't jam with you if my life depended on it. Now, here's another thing I think we should bring back. The phrase jam with you.
Yeah. She's not falling for his smooth operator technique. He needs to come to her and take it. To quote Sidney.
Don't like that. Don't care for that.
To quote Sidney, my cookie would kill you.
Whew.
So they square up for a fight, and then they just end up fooling around in the sand.
And Jesus Christ, this scene goes on way too long.
Yeah, they like run around. It's like a fucking Benny Hill thing.
It's like sound, like hijinks and sound effects and all. And then like they run through a children's party.
They steal some fat guy's guitar. Black Belt punches all of the balloons at the party, popping them.
And then right after that, they push this poor couple in that tent out of the tent, and they're just trying to do a little fucking in public right next to this children's birthday party. What the hell is going on this beach?
Yep. It finally ends, and then they frolic in the surf at sundown. So back at Black Belt's place, which looks like the house equivalent of a Cybertruck, Pinky's guys roll up for trouble. Pinky calls him from the car, again, wired directly to the telephone pole, and tells him that he wants the money and the pictures back. So Black Belt and Sidney run out the back and steal some surfer's Mustang. They race past Pinky, who orders his guy to chase them. They take off, ripping the phone cables out as they drive, and I'm pretty sure it killed the guy on the telephone pole.
Yeah, they killed Jelly.
Who just falls to the ground and doesn't get up.
Yeah.
Lengthy chase up the winding roads of Coral Canyon. Sidney shoots back at them as they drive. Black Belt throws.
And where is this gun? Is this just in the car?
I assume it's one of the many weapons she brought with her on the easel.
She doesn't even have underwear on. She just has a shirt on.
Black Belt throws her underwear at the gangster's car, and as they're about to enter the Mount Hollywood tunnel, he shouts at the black guy painting a sign over the tunnel that they're trying to rape the sister in the car. So he dumps paint on Pinky's car as it drives under.
It's really something.
Yep. Also been there in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, of course, yeah. That's how I know my way around Los Angeles.
Somehow they end up back in the city at some spot where the city garbage trucks are being washed. They get boxed in, so Black Belt and Sidney get out. And Pinky and the gang...
Foam party!
It is. It's ridiculous. It's like that scene in that Brady Bunch episode.
That's my next note. This is like the episode of the Brady Bunch where Bobby tries to do the laundry. Mrs. Brady, the Suds are calling.
Pinky and the gangsters get stuck in the washer and also get out, and everybody starts kung fu fighting in knee-deep suds.
Whew. And this fight scene goes on for about 20 minutes.
I was about to say, this fight scene is like 20 minutes long. It's crazy.
There's so much dick punching.
And, okay, Sidney throws a guy in the garbage truck and activates the compactor.
Yeah, no, she will be a multiple murderer.
She looks pretty satisfied, but I'm pretty sure that guy just got crushed to death.
Yeah, because that thing that comes down, that is a compactor. It pushes it all together and squishes it.
Black Belt.
And she just keeps loading these dudes in there, crushing them to death.
Black Belt beats the crap out of Big Tuna's scary tough guy, and then Sydney throws him in the garbage truck and crushes him too. Black Belt beats a couple of dudes up with a stick, and then Sydney crushes a dude's nuts in her hand and then crushes his entire body in the garbage truck. Somebody please stop her.
And the foam just keeps rising and rising. It is bizarre. There's whoever decided the end of this movie was like, hey, what if there was a big fight in foam? And they were like, well, I guess that's kind of like the mirror room in Enter the Dragon. So, sure.
Yep. Black Belt finishes off the Bogarts from Frisco with a hose like Bruce's nunchucks in Enter the Dragon. And then he faces off with Big Tuna and snatches the wig right off his head.
He sure does. Second wig. It was 2 weeks. Yeah.
Probably more than two. Yeah, more of the Frisco guys surround Black Belt, and he, or rather a gymnast in an afro wig, does this sweet spin kick around each one to knock them out.
That is a pretty cool move. It's the second time he does it, but it's still
a fucking great move. Yeah. They're just on, and then they throw Pinky's body in the garbage truck and pulverize him. Big Tuna too. Mm-hmm. They're just on a killing spree here.
Yeah, no, she's killed like 8 people at this point.
And then they kiss because the thrill of murder just overcomes them.
Yeah, that's the real story.
Yeah. The FBI guy shows up with the cops and they escort Black Belt and Sydney out to make a delivery. Whatever that means, I suspect they're going to dump the corpses on Don Homer's lawn or something.
So we hear Pinky yelling something from inside the truck.
New Orleans.
That's right. So like presumably that is so like we're like, oh, she wasn't just killing everybody one after another.
Yeah.
Like a psychopath.
Yeah, it's like they do this thing in a lot of kids movies in the last like 15 years where somebody in one of those CGI things for a joke will like fall down or it will appear like they get hurt, and then from off camera somebody the character goes, "I'm okay," just to assure the children that they're not hurt.
Look, these kids are not going to be ready for the real world. When you fall into a dump truck, when some lady throws you into a dump truck,
I know,
crushes
We've
you.
We've seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like that's how they kill the Shredder.
That's right.
Anyway, with that murder spree concluded, we roll credits.
Whew, what a film! What a fun movie.
That's it. It's fun. It's incredibly dumb and it's fun.
It's lighthearted. It's fun. You know, it's got some fun karate in it. It doesn't get into, like I said, it doesn't get into the weightier stuff.
No, it's silly. You know, it's cartoonish. It's got stuff that is very Looney Tunes to it, which I was not expecting. I don't know what I was expecting going into this one.
Well, I like that though, because this is a time when we are heading into an era in which black communities are going to be demonized.
And vilified. And blaxploitation is going to get real kind of nihilistic after this.
Yes, and it's going to start to feel really grimy and very threatening. And that only gets worse as we go through the 80s and into the 90s. And so I like that this is a movie that it's showing a kind of like it's a humor and it's fun, it's lighthearted. It's still blaxploitation, still karate movie, it's still fun, it's a crime movie, but it's not being aggressively violent, with the exception of killing everybody.
Throwing these guys in a trash compactor.
Yeah, I like that it's just kind of a funny, lighthearted, but not a comedy. It's not a comedy.
It's not explicitly a comedy. It's just an action movie with a light tone.
It actually is. I think it is a little bit like those Jackie Chan movies from the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a little clowny. This is like Rumble in the Bronx a little bit. Yeah, for sure.
But like everyone kind of comes out still looking cool at the end, albeit covered in foam.
Yeah. Jim Kelly, pretty good. He was really good at one thing, and unfortunately that one thing just wasn't meant to last. And we didn't really see much of him after 1978, I want to say.
Yeah.
He did some TV in the 80s, but yeah.
Like everybody else.
And then a Fabrizio De Angelis movie about a football team that stages a military raid on a dictatorship in Latin America.
And you're thinking, that sounds crazy. Oh, it is.
It is. They put a hand grenade in a football and blow up a helicopter by punting the football into the helicopter.
It is one of the greatest moments in cinematic history.
I could not fucking believe it when I watched that movie.
I love that movie.
That's got to go on the schedule at some point because that movie is unbelievably peak stupid.
Yeah, we gotta get all the serious bullshit off there.
All right. Well, Black Belt Jones, thanks a lot. You were a lot of fun. So what's next for the old 99-cent rental?
Well, speaking of serious bullshit, as you said up top, next week, Bring Me the Axe, coming back, 3-year anniversary, Day of the Dead. And then in 2 weeks, this is a real serious bullshit. 99-cent rental, gonna be back with the hilariously lazy Italian action film Atlantis Interceptors. AKA Raiders of
Atlantis.
It is a fucking stupid movie.
I can't wait because this movie, this one I think I definitely put on the list because this movie is really hard to quantify. It feels like 3 movies that were all...
You're like, is it a biker movie? Well, kind of.
Is it a Mad Max ripoff? Also sort
Definitely.
of. Is it a Raiders of the Lost Ark thing? Also kind
Somehow,
of.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, remarkably, this is the first time we're doing Ruggero Deodato on this show, and of all of his movies to do, that's the one we picked.
It is an odd choice to start out with.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, anyways, we'll be back. We'll be back next week with Day of the Dead. I wouldn't call that one pretty serious. That one's got some pretty silly bullshit in it. And then we'll be back in 2 with Raiders of Atlantis, a.k.a. Atlantis Interceptors.